Alright, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Come out every week to let the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics know who they are according to the Bible. Okay? So, there ain't really, not really much people out here today. I'm out here on Sunday. So I'm gonna just go into some scriptures for the younger brothers. Alright? Because when you come into the, when younger brothers, when you come into this truth, you have to learn how to pace yourself, all right? You don't want to, you don't want to, try to, try to learn everything in one day, because you can't. All right, you want to watch who you learn from. Pick one group and learn from them. If you want to learn from the eldest, Great Millstone, learn from Great Millstone. If you want to learn from that dude's Zabak, learn from him. But you can't learn from everybody, man, because people have different doctrines. Every Israelite, an Israelite group, so to say, doesn't believe in the same things. They might have the core same beliefs, but it's certain things within the doctrines that differ. All right, and if you listen to every single person, every single group out there, you know what? You're gonna start to bug out, because you're not gonna be able to know what's right and what's wrong. Or even if you do know what's right and what's wrong, they're gonna clash. All right, so it's not good to do that. Scriptures tell you to have one counselor. All right, but first thing first, I'm gonna go into this scripture in Proverbs. All right. Proverbs chapter 1, I start at verse 20. It says, wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. And as you can see, where you see me at, I'm out in the streets. Alright? I'm not sitting in the studio, sitting in my house, We come out on the streets every week, because this is where the Most High wants the truth and the wisdom to come out. Because this is where people are, in the streets. This is where you're going to find Israel, and you're going to find the heathens. So this is where the Most High wants the truth to come out. In the streets, not in the studio or in your backyard. It says, she cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. That's why most of the time you see brothers out, you see the elders, you see other camps. Usually, what I've noticed is that they're usually around the bank, or shopping plazas like this area right here, this downtown. It's apartment complexes, shopping plazas, a lot of shopping going on down that way. So this is, we go out to the chief place of concourse. All right, with people moving around, shopping, exchanging money, things like that. Place of commerce. It says, in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And to the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Now, how is the Most High making known his words? Through the prophets. Brothers that come out here and teach every week, teach you this word that the Most High has given them. That's how he's made he's pouring out his spirit to you and made known his words. Because this Bible is like coded. Anybody can't just pick up this Bible and read it. First of all, you have to have the spirit of the Most High on you. Second of all, you have to constantly read it and read it and read it and read it. All right? So that's what the Most High is doing out here. That's why he told us to come out here and set a mark on them that sign crop for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So we have to come out to the streets and do that. And we got to give Israel, all right, the elect mainly, we have to give them the understanding that was given to us. All right, it says, I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye have refused. I've stretched out my hand and no man regarded. The Most High is calling Israel right now. See, this is the time of repentance and the time that the Most High is gathering the children of Israel. He's calling them. Alright, the brothers and the elect, he's calling you. Alright, if you're watching the video, you see us out here teaching, you see us talking to people, it's because we're out here to call Israel, the elect, back to this truth, back to their fathers, man. And that's all the doing of the Most High. It says, I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, which is the words of the Most High, and would none of my reproof. Alright, and that's mainly what happens when we come out and teach. This is why you don't see a big following with us, okay? You don't see flocks and flocks of people coming up to us like you do with so-called Christians, man. Alright, you might see like 3 or 4 brothers out here. Once in every blue moon, somebody come up, ask some questions, and rarely, maybe the person that start to learn this truth. But as a whole, you don't see people just flocking around us like that. Because the Most High say he stretched out his hand and they refused. And that's basically going to be the mindset of this whole world. 90% of people. Alright, it's only going to be 144,000 of the elect that's going to get saved. Yeah, it's going to be a number multitude, but the mindset of most of these people out here, most of these jakes, their mindset is going to be, I don't want to hear that. Slap the Most High hand back. Alright? It says, but ye have said at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. And that goes into when we come out here and we tell them, y'all are Israelites, you know? You're the children of the Most High, you're the chosen. You got to follow these laws. Stop committing adultery. That's us. That's the Most High giving them his counsel and his reproof. And they don't want to hear it, so they just keep walking or they come up against what we saying. Alright? It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, because that's the time that we coming to. We're coming into the time where the Most High is about to judge this place, man. Judge America. The Most High is about to take all the wisdom and knowledge from America, all the little wisdom and knowledge of these cars and electronics, the iPhone and the computer and the internet and all these different sources of media and getting news out. The Most High's going to take all of it. You're not going to have cable TV and internet no more to communicate with other people. And the Most High's going to take all of that and bring down destruction, starting with plagues, diseases. Alright, they talking about it's an actual disease for zombies. I just heard the CDC. Alright? Alright, they have actual a memo or something like that for a zombie attack. And when you think about it, it's not that far-fetched, because when we watch these movies, basically all zombies are is people infected with a certain disease that takes away their whole mental capacity. They start becoming viral like animals, like, you know, like animals biting it and shit like that. But that's actually not that far-fetched when you think about it. And the CDC has a memo or something like that, you know, regarding that, for if that happened. So the Most High, not to say that's going to happen, but I'm just putting it out there that they actually are preparing for that, because it's something that could happen. And the point of saying that is that the Most High is about to bring down all type of diseases, man. Wonderful diseases that people never seen before. Alright? And he gonna use this devil, the so-called white man, to do it, to bring some of these diseases out because they make them in their laboratories. So he gonna bring out destruction, starting with pestilence, war, gonna be uprisings in these streets and riots and shooting in these streets. Like if you ever seen that movie, The Children of Men. All right, there's walking through the streets, people were just, you know, basically chanting and mad and shooting. They had a war breakout and all between the civilian. Most High gonna bring down martial law down over here. We're gonna have martial law troops, American soldiers walking in these streets arresting people. All right, the Most High is about to really bring destruction on this place. So these people out, when we come out here, we come teaching these people that don't want to listen. These jakes, they count us as crazy. They come, they talk shit to us. Or even if they don't say nothing to us, they just keep walking, keep on walking, and don't never regard the word of the Most High. Guess what? When them times come, all them things I just mentioned is going to come down on them people. They're going to get caught up in it. But us brothers that's in this truth, we don't have nothing to worry about, because all that what I named is for the wicked. It's for Esau. It's for 2/3 of you Negroes, Native American Hispanics, 2/3 of Yasharala. All right. Let's move on, man. Sirach chapter 6, verse 22. I'm sorry, nope, hold on. Nope. It says, now this is verse 28 of Proverbs chapter 1, verse 28. It says, then shall they call upon me, but I would not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And that's when you Negroes, Native American Hispanics, 2/3 of you Yasharala, are going to be crying to the Most High. Oh, Lord, save me. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, save me. Oh, Jesus. When you see all this fucking wonderful, crazy shit that you've never seen before that's dangerous to you, then you don't want to call on the Most High. But the Most High not going to hear that shit, man, because during the times when when it was time for you to come back, all right, when you had time of repentance, you ain't want to do it. You want to party out here. All right, you want to walk around and be a nigga. You want to, you know, do every wicked thing you could. You want to talk shit against the prophets. Most High said honor his prophets, man. You want to talk shit against the prophets, so guess what? When that time come, you're going to be crying to God and Jesus, and you're going to be looking for us, and we're not going to be out here. The Most High not going to hear you, man. So the best time to get right with the Most High is right now, not to put it off for another day. Best time is today, because this shit can go down tomorrow. This shit can go down while I'm out here teaching, man. Alright, so verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Alright? Says they, with none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Alright, so that's it. Said because they chose not the way of the Lord. But they hated knowledge. Alright? So Sirach chapter 6, verse 22. Sirach 6 and 22, it says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifested unto many. And really, that's why Yahweh Shah said that it's not given to everybody, the understanding of this truth. Yeah, wisdom is manifest out here. We manifest wisdom every time we come out and teach, but everybody's not gonna get it. Only the elect, only 144,000 people are gonna get it. It's some of the the believers. All right, but this wisdom and knowledge and understanding is not manifested to all people that walk past. All right, read that again. It says, says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not given unto many. Sirach chapter 1, verse 14. Alright, it says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. You hear that? To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb, meaning that even when we was born, when we was in the womb, you know, the elect, the brothers of the elect, believers, even when we was in the womb, this knowledge was given to us. We had this from ever since we was in the womb. So it's not nothing new, like somebody come up and like, oh shit, the knowledge of the Most High, oh yeah, this is something new. No, the Most High chose them from birth. Jeremiah told you that. Most High chose that person from birth and gave them the knowledge from birth. Guess it's something to where like it lies dormant until you hear this word, and then boom, it becomes active again. Okay? Alright, so go to Proverbs chapter 4. Back to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So the most important thing you could do is to get this wisdom and understanding. Now, when we go to, the wisdom that it's talking about is not the wisdom of this world. It's not it's not the number pi, or what's the square root of 27. That's not the wisdom that it's talking about. Alright, this is Sirach chapter 1, verse 5. It says, the word of God Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandment. Alright, so that wisdom that you're supposed to be getting is in these scriptures, man. The way of the Most High, the understanding of the Most High. And really, that's the wisdom of the whole world. When you go into the scriptures, it tells you everything. It tells you how the earth was created. It has the laws that we're supposed to live by. It tells you the ways of animals. It tells you certain things about plants. It tells you everything you need to know, okay, about this world. It even goes into some of the stars. All right? So the scriptures is the fountain of wisdom. All right? And Proverbs said that wisdom is the principal thing. Principal meaning most important thing. More important than everything else. Even more important than money. Because without wisdom, you can't get money. More important than women. Without wisdom, you can't get women. This is saying on what they say, get money and women to follow. Okay, get wisdom. Wait, as a matter of fact, that's in Joshua. Get wisdom and everything else to follow, man. Money, women, and all that shit like that, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that in the book of Joshua. It tells you that in the book of Joshua, man. Get wisdom and everything else to follow, man. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Alright, so if you seek out the wisdom first, you'll get your... We're not going to get rich over here, but you'll do all right. All right, and you'll be successful at the things that you do, man. But the first thing is first, you have to seek out the wisdom of the Most High. This has to be everything. This has to be your whole life, man. Like, you have to live and bathe and bask in this truth. Nothing else can come before, man. Nothing else can be more important. And if you're not putting this truth as your whole life, then you're not going to do good in this life, man. It says, and then shalt thou have good success. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and be of a good courage? Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. And that's how it is when you're in this truth. When you come in this truth, you put this truth before everything, man. This truth is your whole life. You don't live this culture no more of America. You live the culture of this truth of being an Israelite. Alright, all the old things that you did before, you don't do them things no more. You do the things of the scriptures. You have a whole new culture, a whole new mindset now. That way, as you go through this life, you know, while we over here, you'll have good success at things, man. As long as you pray and keep the Most High first and do what He asks you to do. Alright? Alright, so right, so it said wisdom is the principal thing, the most important thing. Therefore get wisdom. Meaning get wisdom, meaning rack up wisdom, meaning read this book and get the understanding of it. Matter of fact, it's got so many scriptures popping in my head. Hold up. Get the scripture. Yeah, because there's a scripture that says if you be occupied in the laws. Right, Sirach chapter 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind unto the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men. And where subtile parables are, he will be there also. Now, where are the subtile parables? They're in the scriptures. A lot of people don't understand these parables in these scriptures, man. A lot of people don't even understand regular things, regular scriptures, such as the scriptures in Proverbs or Kings. So if you occupy in the law, and you occupy in the book of Sirach, the Bible, the Most High will reveal the understanding to you. But you have to be occupied in it. Just like if you play football. If a person plays football, let's say he plays wide receiver, and all he does is he eat, sleep, and shit football and playing a wide receiver, he'll become the best at it, man. There will be little secrets revealed to him because he's occupied in it daily. And that's all he focuses on. With his truth, that's how you have to be with his truth. You have to be occupied in it, in the laws, in the dark sayings, and then they'll reveal themselves to you. But the Most High will reveal it to you. Okay? It says, he shall search. It says, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He will serve among great men and appear before princes. He would travail through strange countries, for he had tried the good and evil among men. He would give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him. Now remember what we said in Proverbs, the Most High says seek him out early. So if the brother that's occupied in these laws, commandments, statutes, and it's basically the Bible, he'll seek out the Most High early. He'll understand the graveness, all right, and the seriousness of this situation that we come into, man. All right, of this destruction that's coming on this place. Proverbs said, "Wise man, said a wise man seeth destruction and hideth himself, man. Hide himself where? In the truth, man. Hide himself in the Most High." All right, it says, he will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins, man. Make supplication for his sins, man. He'll ask the Most High to forgive him, man, and try to make things right with the Most High. Okay? When the great Lord will, he will be filled with the spirit of understanding. Woo! It says, verse 6, when the great Lord will, like when the Most High will it, when it's the Most High's will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. And that's what you see me out here doing and the other brothers out here doing. The first thing we did when we came, we heard the elders. We came into the truth. We start to learn the ways of the Most High. We start to read a lot. We start to learn the laws. We start to read the whole Bible until we were occupied in it. This became our whole life and the culture of our life, man. To where now the Most High raised us brothers up and gave us understanding, and we can come out and teach like the elders. We can confound these people that come up to us claiming they know something. Because we had the wisdom and understanding of the Most High. So when going back to what I was saying earlier, when you younger brothers come in this thing, you can't learn everything in one day. Neither will the Most High reveal it to you in one day. First of all, the Spirit got to try you first to see if you worthy of this truth. Alright? The Spirit got to try you first. I want to get that too, if I can. Alright, the Spirit got to try you first to see if you even worthy of this truth, man. All right. See if I can find that real quick. Right, because Spirit got to try you first, man, to see if you worthy of this truth. And that's what the scriptures say. Alright, I don't think I can find it, man. I'll put it up. I'll put it up later or something. But I'll put it up later. But yeah, the Spirit has to try you first. So you can't learn everything in one day. Neither should you try. You'll fall out doing that, man. You have to pace yourself. Be patient, man. Let the Most High give it to you when he want to give it to you. You shouldn't force things. The scriptures say don't force the course of the river, man. You shouldn't force it. Most High want to give you the understanding, he'll give it to you. Alright? So it says, Sirach chapter 39, verse 6. When the great Lord will, he will be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel in knowledge. And in his secret shall he meditate, man. Meaning, in the Most High words, you're going to meditate in the Most High words. You might just be sitting home one day. You might be looking at TV and you just zone off to the Most High word, man. To where you just start thinking about, shit, how I break down this scripture. Oh, damn, that's what it is, you know? It says, he shall shoot forth, he shall show forth that which he had learned. And that's what when we learned things, we learned all this wisdom and understanding from the Most High, and we come out and we show it. Just like I'm showing you brothers, how to grow in this truth, because this is what I learned. Going back, see, all this right here is true. Alright? It says, he shall show forth that which he had learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Man, you love the law and the covenant. You love the covenant that the Most High God made with his people, Israel. Alright? You love that covenant. You glory in it, man. That's why when the heathens come up and they be like, oh yeah, we gonna be saved too. We like, well, you ain't a part of the covenant. How the hell you gonna be saved? This is our covenant. Because we glory in that covenant. We get honor from that covenant. We love that covenant. It says, many shall commend his understanding. And so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. It shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away. His name shall live from generation to generation, like that brother Bunloya. Bunloya labored in this thing. He passed away. His name still ain't blotted out. You got brothers still talking about Bunloya, man. Brothers still miss Bunloya and stuff like that. Most High didn't blot that brother name out. Lord willing, any other brother that's sincere about this thing, if you sincere about this thing, you really care about this truth and the Most High's word, and you come out and push it, the Most High can give you that wisdom and understanding. If you pass away, the Most High not going to blot out your name. Look at Marshall. All right, Marshall. He passed away. His name ain't blotted out. The elder Yaikwab. All right, from the old school. His name ain't blotted out. So you got all these brothers that learned in this truth, came up, Most High gave them wisdom and understanding. They taught the Most High word until they died, and the Most High didn't blot out their name. He didn't blot out their wisdom. Brothers still talking about them. They might be dead 20 years ago, 10 years ago. A year ago, brothers still talking about them, man. Their name's still out here. And their wisdom's still out here. Some of these breakdowns that we go through was revealed to Marshall or Yaikwab, and them breakdowns are still in effect, showing that their names and their wisdom wasn't blotted out. All right. So to keep going, it says, I want to say this too. So that's what brothers should strive for, man. To do the thing right, man. To come into this truth the right way, and to want to be like that. Like, yo, I love the Most High word. I love the covenant. I love the understanding of the Most High, and I want to just do what I can, the best way I can, because I want to be like those examples, Marshall, Yaikwab, Bunloya, the elder. None of the elders died. I hope they don't. But like the elders, I want to be an example like them to the people that's come under or after me. And that should be your whole mindset, to use them brothers as an example. All right? This is a good one too. I'm going to read this too. It says, nations shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. Now what does that mean? Nations shall show forth his wisdom. It means that us out here teaching, these other nations gonna be saying the things that we're saying, man. They're gonna learn from us and say it, man. Don't be surprised if you see these Christians and these other groups watching us and then teaching what we teach without, giving us the credit. The Most High just said right there, nations shall show forth his wisdom. We're the prophets, man. We're the real prophets, man. We're the real Israelites. We're the real prophets. These other nations, they get all knowledge and understanding from our mouth. They steal our words and they bring it out like they came up with it. And they do that today, believe it or not. Okay, so don't be surprised when you see, the heathens telling you that the Garden of Eden was in Jerusalem. All right, or that the Lashwan Kodash is Hebrew, and that the Most High name is Yahweh and the Son name is Yahweh Shai. That the true Hebrew is the Lashwan Kodash, or that the Most High finna destroy America. All right, don't be surprised if you see them do that things, because the Most High already said that the nations gonna show forth are not the things that we say. And that's a part of our honor and glory, that the Most High make them look up to us and make them look up to the knowledge that we bringing out, and they gonna bring it out. Whether they do it willingly and joyously and give us the credit, or whether they do it fucking maliciously and you know, and want to talk shit against us while bringing out our knowledge, which came from the Most High. All right, so yeah, so when you brothers come in this thing, this is an honorable calling, man. You gotta never forget, man. We're the prophets, man. We're the rulers of this earth to come, man. We're the kings of this earth, man. You gotta never forget that shit, man. I know it seems like we ain't nothing over here, 'cause we so poor. Nobody give a fuck about us. Everybody talk down about us, but guess what? These people secretly envy us, man. They want to be us. That's why these heathens keep talking about they could be saved and they could come under the covenant. And the Most High turned away from Israel. God came to his own and they forsook him. Whatever the fuck they say. That's why they say that shit, because they want to be us. So never forget, man. Most High chose us to bring out this knowledge that's honorable, man. These heathens want to take that from us. Alright? This knowledge is only given to Israel. Matter of fact, get that one in Psalm. Get that one in Baruch, man. That I like to bring out now to show you that. Baruch chapter 3. Verse 35, this is our God, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. He had found out all the ways of knowledge, and had given unto Jacob his servant, and Israel his beloved. All his wisdom he's given to us. These heathens don't know, they get it from us. Like that scripture say, nations shall show forth his glory, meaning the wise man's glory, that came into this truth. They don't know nothing, man. Alright? They mock us. Alright? Alright, so wisdom is the principal thing. Alright, so let's go to James chapter 1. Alright, so when you get into this truth, you should seek out the wisdom. Once you seek out the wisdom, the Most High builds you up. Basically, this wisdom and this understanding that we got is the thing that glorifies us. It's the Most High's word where it glorifies us. This is what puts us over every other nation in this world. This is what makes us better than them. Alright, it ain't that because we black or because we could jump real high and shit. It's because we have this knowledge and the Most High only revealed it to Jacob. This is what makes us better than every nation on this earth. Alright? That's how it's going. Oh, James. Alright, so this is the thing that you should seek out, is this wisdom. And if you get to a point where you can't get, where you desire it but you can't really get it, then you should ask the Most High for it. That's what the scriptures say. I started James chapter 1 verse 1. It says, James, the servant of God and of the Lord, Yahushua, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Alright? My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. That's what you need, patience. That's why the Most High try us from time to time. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay? Alright, and that's the whole thing of us striving to be perfect. The Most High tries us and he takes out the impurities. The little shit that you go through, you might sin or some shit, that's the Most High don't make you sin, but the Most High tries you. If you fail the test, all you do is you pray to the Most High to forgive you and you don't do it again. That's the Most High taking out an impurity out of you. Alright, that's the Most High taking that weakness out of you. So you fail, you say, hey, you pray to the Most High for forgiveness, and you keep going. And you remember in your mind the time that you failed to never do it again. And that's how you get more perfect and more perfect and more perfect. Like in the beginning when you first come in this truth, a lot of mistake that brothers make is they go off and they fuck up on the Sabbath. They fuck up on that shit like a whole month or something, man. You know? Brothers fuck up and eat a piece of pork. You know, you might fuck up, you don't know some shit is pork, you fuck up and eat it, and you like, oh shit, I done ate the damn pork, the Most High gonna kill my ass, blase, blase. But guess what, next time, after that, you start to ask, but wait, what's in this, man? Because you don't want to mess up no more. That was the Most High pulling the impurity out of you. Alright? So that's why he tries us to get us perfect. And when we fuck up, we get better and better. He pulls the impurities out. Alright, so it says, now this is the point right here. It says, verse 5, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him. So if you lack in wisdom, don't know how to break something down, or you know, you in this truth and you love it, but you just, for some reason you can't remember the scriptures, you can't break the scriptures down for some reason, and you need help, then guess what? You go to the Most High and you ask him, just like Solomon did. Solomon asked the Most High for wisdom so that he could rule the people correctly. Well, all you do is you go to the Most High, you say, in the name of Yahweh Shem Shah, pray that you give me the wisdom and understanding so I can go out and teach your people in truth and in honesty. Alright? And sincerity. And if you pray that, he'll give it to you if you have faith. So check out what else the scriptures say. It says, but let him ask in faith. Meaning you believe that the Most High can do it and that he will do it. Let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Alright, so if you ask the Most High for the wisdom and understanding, believe that he'll give it to you, and that he can, and that he will. And don't go back and forth, man. But maybe he won't, but maybe he will, but maybe he won't, because he's not going to give it to you then. You believe that he will, and then you just seek out his word. You just read the scriptures. He'll give it to you. Alright? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 7. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 28, it says, start at verse 25, it says, for she is the breath of power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Most High. Therefore can no undefiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things. And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, alright, the prophets, even today, he said all ages entering into the holy souls, meaning the prophets that come out here and teach. Wisdom and understanding entered into us. That's why I say you got to ask the Most High for it. Okay? She maketh them friends of God and prophets. And that's how we can come out and say we're the prophets of the Most High. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. And that's who the Most High loves. The man that dwells with wisdom. Okay? Isaiah chapter 34 and 16. Isaiah 34:16 says, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man. Like we said earlier. Like I said earlier, Sirach chapter 1. It said that the fountain of wisdom is the book of the Lord. So right here, Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16 says, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. So you want to grow in understanding, you got to actually read this book. No one of these shall fail, none shall one her make. That meaning none of these prophecies are going to fail. Alright? From my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them. Gathered who? Gathered the elect. And he had cast the lot for them, and his hand had divided it unto them by line, meaning the Most High gave you a certain amount of understanding, a certain amount of wisdom, a certain lot, meaning a certain job to do in this truth. And that's what he's gathered you for, to do your job. And he's giving you the line, meaning he's giving you your job and a certain amount of wisdom to be proficient at your job or to do your job. Alright? And he had cast the lot for them, and his hand that divided it unto them by line, they shall possess it forevermore. Man, you're going to possess your job and your spirit and your wisdom forever. And then remember, we read in the scripture earlier that they were born from birth, they had the wisdom. That's powerful, man. I guess it's just activated when you come in this truth. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. And if you're a prophet right now, you were a prophet in the ancient days. With Jeremiah and Isaiah and Daniel, you were a prophet back then if you're a prophet now. Alright, if you're, basically you possess your lot forever. Whatever your job is, you have that job forever. You come back, the scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. Everything repeats itself. Alright? So Sirach chapter 3 verse 21. Alright, but the main part of the scripture that I want you to get and understand was seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Alright? Let's go to the book of Sirach. Chapter 3. The book of Sirach chapter 3 verse I started verse 18. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. And that's a very important thing in this truth, is to be humble. If an elder tell you something or another brother tell you something, you need to listen, man. If it's a reasonable thing and they're not going off according to the scriptures. But you need to listen, man. You need to be humble. Don't do other brothers, don't do evil shit to other brothers that you wouldn't want somebody else to do to you. If you get some kind of authority in this truth, don't fucking take that authority to your head and start, smashing brothers, telling brothers, acting like you're a damn drill sergeant. Alright, that's what I mean by being humble. Alright? It says, many are in high places and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. And that's who the Most High get them this truth to. The mysteries to the meek, to the brothers that's low. Brothers that don't know shit, but they love the truth, they love the Most High, and they just want to learn, man. And they meek, they humble. Most High raised that brother up. But the people that's in authority, like look at America. These people that's in authority, they fucking stupid as hell, man. They don't know shit. They think they know things, but they don't know. These are the people that believe that we came from monkeys, man. It's revealed to the meek, which is Yasharallah, which is Israel, mainly the elect. Look at me out here. I'm standing out here. I got my garment on and shit. You think these people think highly of me? These people don't think highly of me. They think I'm low, man. But the Most High is giving me the wisdom and understanding. And not these people, these fucking rich-ass Edomites walking around with all their money and living in their high-rise buildings, they don't know shit but wickedness, man. Most High said the wisdom of wickedness is not wisdom at all, man. It says, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored by the lowly. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. Meaning, when you come in this truth, stick to the things that's on your level, man. You first come in this truth, you don't need to know about all how the stars operate and all these different gods. And, well, I want to break down this god and this god and this god. You came to the truth 3 days ago. That's too high for you, man. You're going to fucking destroy yourself like that. You'll get to that level. Like they say in the world, you got to crawl before you walk, man. All right? Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, not to search out the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Alright, like the things the elders bringing out, the elders at Great Millstone, you know, learn those things, man. The things that brothers bringing out, the younger brothers out in the different camps, learn those things, man. Don't try to go off and learn some shit that you ain't never heard the elders teach about or nothing, or never heard no brother teach about, and you trying to go and teach somebody some other shit. Your first couple years in this truth, you should be learning. You shouldn't even be really teaching. I mean, you could come out and teach, but you should be teaching regurgitated knowledge. You should be teaching the things that you heard the elders teach, not trying to teach some new shit. Not trying to go into how to break down the Masons and all this stuff like that and how it ties into with the scriptures. You shouldn't be doing that if you're young. You should be teaching the things like the elders teach, the mark of the beast, you know, the virgin birth, you know, if you can handle that. You know, the laws, keeping the laws. Big one you should be teaching is, you should be showing these Israelites, Negro, Native American, Hispanics, that they're Israel. What is that, Genesis chapter 49? Is it Genesis chapter 49? Alright, breaking down the different tribes, you should know how to do that, you should be teaching that. You should be teaching the simple things, the things that you've heard taught before. And when you get to a certain level, when the Most High gives you all that wisdom and understanding, you get to I guess a toddler in this truth to where you can kind of do things on your own. Then you can start doing them things, man. It's like a baby. For the first couple months of a baby's life, baby has no freedom at all. He has no freedom of his own body. He can't even move his arms certain way. His body, he's at the will of his own body. And then besides that, he's at the will of his parents. He can't go off and crawl around and explore the place because he has to be carried around by his parents. Well, you should be the same way in this truth. You should be carried around by the elders, meaning you should teach the things that you've heard the elders teach. And then when you get a little older in this truth, then you could go off and, you know, you could go and break down all type of other type of, you know, stuff, things, man. All right. Verse 23, be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. All right? The things that don't matter, don't even involve yourself in that shit, man. Don't even twist up your mind trying to figure out things that don't even matter. It says, for more things are showed thee unto thee than men understand. Like certain breakdowns like Genesis chapter 49. It's so much stuff in there that it's a whole bunch of stuff in there that you're not even gonna see, man. Sometimes you gotta go through breakdowns 10, 20, 30 times, 40 times. It's sometimes I'll be out here and I'm breaking something down, and I done broke this down 1,000,000 times. I've been doing this thing for like 4 or 5 years. I done breaking this down for 4 or 5 years, and I come out this one day and break this thing down again, and I learn something new. Something else is revealed to me. That's what it means by. That's what it means by for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. Alright? It says, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and the evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not. This is another big one. Alright? Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. Like, for example, if an Edomite comes out here, and he says some shit that you have no idea about, you don't know nothing about, don't talk to him about it, man. Let him fucking talk. You don't have to answer everything these people bring to you. If you don't know it, don't say nothing about it. Let him talk. Alright? Don't profess knowledge that you don't have. Alright, so Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 7, it says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon thy table, the table of thy heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not upon thine own understanding. Meaning, it don't matter if you know how you feel about it. Certain issues in the scriptures you might not like. That shit doesn't matter. Scripture is the scripture. The truth is the truth. It don't fuck what you think about it. Fuck how you feel about it. Rape is in the scriptures. It don't matter how you feel about it or how I feel about it. If you like rape or not, it don't fucking matter. It's in the scriptures. It's lawful. It's lawful. Okay? Take my shirt off real quick, it's getting hot. Alright, so like, you know, it don't matter how we feel about certain things, man. The scripture is the scripture, the truth is the truth, man. Alright, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not upon thy own understanding, man. And meaning, even the things which you learn in the world, like, the things that you learn in the world, you should automatically toss them out when you come in this truth. Especially the things that conflict with this truth, man. Like, you have certain women, they come in this truth, they come in this truth, alright? And they don't totally kick out all the shit that they used to have knowing the world. And they come in this thing with that feminist shit, alright, that feminist attitude and all this shit, the scriptures, it ain't fair, a man over a woman and all this old bullshit that they learned in America. And that's not right. The Most High will kick you out for having that mindset. Certain brothers, alright, different brothers. They might come in this thing with that nigga mentality, alright, or all the street shit, and bring that shit to the truth. Like this is a gang or something, man. Or might